I'm Nikita Gavrilov. I'm responsible for the autonomous delivery vehicles within the company. So basically a representative of Yango Tech Autonomy here.
How exciting. Well, thank you for joining us here at Machines Can Think. Tell me, where are we on this autonomous journey?
So basically we are like quite almost at scale, I will say. So we have conducted several pilots for the last year, for the last 9 months. So we had a pilot with Expo City Dubai, and as well as in some residential communities of Dubai. So and now we are ready, as we announced the strategic partnerships with the Noon Minutes. So it was like last December, we announced that. And now the technologies, like the outcome we received through the pilots we conducted, like operational efficiency, how robust are the robots, I mean in terms of their like serviceable hours, we understand that we are ready, so we need a partner with whom we will be ready to, to make it broader. So basically to look how we can deploy it in more communities in the future.
And what is so special about kind of operating here in the UAE?
There are several, let's say, specialities of operating within the UAE. One of that was actually the preparation of the areas first, because there are so many tall buildings here, and the robots, they are using the HD maps. It's the autonomous vehicles. They use their own maps, precise maps with the 2 centimeters preciseness to navigate. So then to navigate in a safe mode, to navigate efficiently. So we do require these maps to be ready. So and we had let's say a challenge of mapping several residential areas where the buildings are very tall, because the signal were reflecting like permanently to have a like very high precision. I mean, operationally that was a challenge, which like lately was fixed by our team. So we found out that how basically to map it in a different way from the technological standpoint. So and yeah, we are now live. I think the second challenge in the what I can highlight is launching the new community, because when the pod is in the community, I think for someone it's like so many residents actually, that's not really clear what this pod is doing, because there is an autonomous vehicle on the sidewalk, it is delivering, we know it's delivering, but how do the residents know? They are curious, especially kids, they stop it, they want to interact, but in the end, we all want to comply the SLA, right? To deliver fast, to deliver as much efficient as we can. But it's a challenge, because first residents needs to be onboarded in the area that the robots are serving, that it's a self-driving machine, it does not need to be stopped. Like, I mean, they can be curious, it's fine, but at some time, I mean, at some point, we would need still to, to onboard, like better onboard the communities, let's say, about that this is a presence here.
Fascinating. And what are you seeing as being the sort of the big impact of deploying kind of autonomous vehicles?
Look, there are several use cases. So first of all, definitely the villas, compounds, and townhouses. So we see that there are some gated communities where the robots could be quite efficient in the last mile delivery, because there is no such a difference in delivering to villa. So you're opening your door, your robot is staying directly at your doorstep. So that's first. Second, I believe there is of course the peak hours. Peak hours and some areas where there are not enough, for example, riders to complete some tasks. So the robot can be compensating this shortage, helping to deliver on time and maintain the peak hours for the delivery companies, for the e-commerce businesses, for the food delivery companies. That's how we see it.
Fascinating. And going back to your point around scale, sort of, let's fast forward. What type of scenario do you see in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
Great question. Thank you so much for that. So what I believe in, that cities should be definitely, I will be talking tomorrow about like smart city concept, AI city concept. But honestly, what I believe that till some scale, we are already now. So it's several steps which we are doing in choosing the right location. What does the right location means? Accessible area with the pedestrian crossings, with the sidewalks, like footpaths basically, because robots are the sidewalk robots. We do not use the public roads. So second of all, after choosing the right area. Of course, we need to have a partner with whom we will be serving in this area, like happen locally. It all requires time, but it's all like business things, so operational things, operational setup. To set an area, we need like maximum like 1 month, 1.5 months to set the new area to like the robots to be deployed. It's doable, absolutely. But at some scale, as you're asking about the 4 or 5 years, I think like you are thinking about some numbers, like big numbers of robots. I would say that cities are now evolving, so they are going through this time of preparation, this infrastructure too, and UAE is at the forefront of that. I mean, the robots needs to be controlled, they need to be regulated clearly, like how, I mean, the pods are, like, you know, they are a part of the city, right? So then everyone should understand like how to work with them, how to maintain them, that how basically even to store them at the locations. Imagine in one location there are 20 to 30 robots in the 300-400 kilometer square kilometer community. So you need a place to store them. So there is, I think, EV stations, charging stations, robots are electrically powered. So I believe that infrastructure will be evolving together with the scale, but that's time when we would need to start scaling this, that like, you know, the speed of infrastructure matches that. So then I believe we're at the right time.
And the one thing you're most personally excited about right now?
Of course, I'm excited about our partnership with Noon. I mean, we announced a strategic partnership, and I believe that like the 2026 for us, it's more locations, more robots, like, and the residents will be like having a very smooth interaction with them. That's what we would like to have.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, Austin.